These say it's tameh. These say it's tahor. Halalu osrin. These say it's asr. Halalu matirin. These say it's mutter. Halalu poslin. These say it's disqualified. Halalu machshirin. These say it's kosher. Shema Yomar. These are the great wise men of all the ages. A person's going to look at this. A little bird in the window is going to take a peek at this. What is this going on with this group of Jews over here? Shema Yomar Adam. Maybe a person will say, Hey Chani Lamed Torah Me'ata. I just want to do the right thing. Just show me how to put on my tefillin. Well, you got to ask Rashi, and you got to ask Rabbeinu Tam, and the Rabbi. I just want to put on tefillin, right? So a person's going to say to himself, how am I supposed to learn Torah? You guys all argue with each other perpetually and disagree about every single thing under the sun. Talmud Lomar. And so the pasuk comes to, and this is the beginning of the pasuk. It says there are Bali Asufos, and there's all these different groups and like different arguments amongst us. So you might, so to come, the rest of the pasuk comes to tell you, Kulam nitnu miroa echad. They were all given from one shepherd, Moshe Rabbeinu. In other words, even though you have all these different opinions, they got all these opinions from one guy. From roa echad, from one shepherd, and kel echad, right? And one God, nitnan parnes echad. One God gave them parnes echad amram. One custodian said them mipi adon kol amaisim, from the mouth of the master of all deeds, Baruch Hu, blessed be He. In other words, so what it's saying is, even though there's all these huge amount of divergent opinions, somehow they all came out of the mouth of one God. The Kesiv, as it says, V'yidaber Elokim, as kol hadavarim ha'eleh. We just learned an entire mimer for a week and a half about this. Hashem said all these things saying. Remember how we learned that? It really means the 10 Commandments, or it really means every single Chiddush that was ever said by anyone, including all the Chiddushim of Beis Shammai and all the Chiddushim of Beis Hillel. Kol hadvarim ha'eleh. So when God said the Torah, guess what He said? He said about Rabbeinu Tam's tefillin, and He said about Rashi's tefillin, and every other tefillin under the sun. K'de'is of Midrash, al kol davar dibur v'dibur, davar v'davar, haya omer lo. Every single matter, davar, every single matter that Hashem said to him, right? Kadosh Baruch Hu LaMoshe, He said, Mem tes panim tameh, mem tes panim tahor. So He said in every single possible law, let's say this oven that was under the investigation of Rabbi Eliezer Hagadol and the Chachamim. Really, as far as Hashem was concerned, not only was it tameh or was it tahor, God said, when He said the Torah in heaven, He said 49 reasons why it should be tameh and 49 reasons why it should be tahor, the same exact oven. And here these guys are busy arguing. What are they really arguing about? Each one's arguing about which pathway of Hashem that they understand that they should bring down and articulate. But the reality is, as far as God is concerned, there's 49, not only is it tameh and tahor, there's 49 reasons for it to be tameh and 49 reasons to be tahor. Amar, so hold on a second. You have a question? Moshe Rabbeinu had a question. Amar Moshe. Moshe said, when he got the Torah, he was looking at this, thinking, you want me to give this to the people? What do you think is going to happen over here? Ribono shel olam, master of the world, Ma'aseh na'amod al biruran shel dvarim. How are we going to know what to do? They're all true. They all came from you. Amar le'akadosh baruch hu. What did Hashem say to him? How do we know what to do? One simple rule. Achrei rabim lahatos. Go after the majority. So you see, you have to understand how important Jewish minds are. It actually clarifies the will of God. As far as God is concerned, He's open to many, many different options of what could be the truth. We have to get together in our little groups and vote on it. And when we vote on, Hashem says, yes, that's the Torah that I created. That's my will. And anything against that, you could be killed for it. You voted against it, now that's the truth of God. All the other opinions are the wrong opinion. This is how it works. It's crazy.
Moshe said, like a quote from something, or that's like
Achri Rab Lahatos. It's a pasuk. Yeah, it's a pasuk in Torah. Hashem said to him, "Follow that rule that I gave you in the Torah, and you'll be fine. Follow the majority."
So when you don't have one unified body voting, you have different parts.
So this is what happened in the exile. Once we left Yerushalayim, and we didn't have a Sanhedrin anymore. But actually, even after Yerushalayim, we had it in Tiberia, we had it in Yavna. We held on to the Sanhedrin for a while, even after the temple was destroyed. But after that, what happened? We went and traveled to parts of the world that we did not have a unified body. And this is where we had to deal with voting on the situation amongst the local communities of great masters. So, for example, if you lived in the eastern part of the world or the western part of the world, you had to gather your own chachamim, and you couldn't make a decision based on what the chachamim. And you know what they used to say? The gaonim and the savranim, there was different levels of sages throughout the different periods, just like you have Amoraim and Tanaim. At a certain point, they used to sit in a semicircle in their courts with mamish in the exact form of the Sanhedrin. We sort of changed it. It was in the old days. We just coming from the days of the Sanhedrin. Even though there was a Sanhedrin just like that in Spain, there was one in France. They would mamish set themselves up in a manner of the Sanhedrin, and they basically recreated a version of the Sanhedrin. Now, even though now Sephardi say one thing and Ashkenazi say another thing, in the lands of the Sephardim, that is mamish emezdik, the will of God, because those Jews voted on that. And over here in France, that's the will of God, because those Jews were the majority and they voted on that. The issue started to come back, Baruch Hashem, in the Mashiach times, when we all can communicate with each other again. Telecommunications, in theory, is a massive reintroduction to a messianic ability for all of us to actually have a conversation together, right? It wasn't so simple in the old days. So therefore, it's Mashiach's time.